Hi. In today's conversation, I'd like to share three things which contribute to growth in medical writing. A very experienced medical writer with over 20 years of experience once said to me that 90% of what you learn within medical writing happens on the job. To me, earlier, this was a little bit of a confusing statement because there were so many avenues out there where one could learn about medical writing, whether it was online or attending a course or becoming involved in an internship or anything else which would immerse an individual into the medical writing world. So I was surprised to hear that 90% of learning happens on the job. However, I can personally testify to this statement now that I've been a medical writer for a while, that it's absolutely true that a majority of learning in the medical about medical writing happens on the job. So, what are the three things which contribute to growth within medical writing for any individual who wants to grow within the field? The first is getting really good at leading and coordinating team meetings. In an earlier conversation, I had shared the analogy where a medical writer has to play the role of a baker and collect different individuals from different sources, collect ingredients, from different sources, and put those ingredients together in the form of a cake, which is analogous to the final document which has to be developed. This is something which only comes with practice, and this is a huge contributor to growth in medical writing. So, a little something to keep at the back of our minds, which is to pay attention to all the skills that go into getting really good at leading and coordinating team meetings. Second is process development. Think about an assembly line. Something comes in at this end of the assembly line, it goes through a series of processes, and the final product comes out on the other side of the assembly line. However, every medical writer has to think about what their assembly line is going to be for each document, for each deliverable, for each project, for each study. What does the assembly line look like? What does step one, step two, etc., step X look like? And what can the medical writer be doing in order to make the process more efficient? How can we save time? How can we save money for the client? How can we improve efficiencies? How can we include more than one medical writer on a single project in order to make it more efficient and hit timelines? All that boils down to process improvement and process development. Another thing to keep at the back of your mind in growing within medical writing. The third contributor of growth is mentoring. And this is where that 90% statistic comes in again. As an incoming medical writer, much of the learning that we do need not be in isolation. We need not be sitting in a cubicle and learning things on our own and trying to figure things out on our own. We really have to reach out to others and find a mentor, someone who can mentor us and help us grow, in the hope that we can pay it forward to another medical writer in the future, and help them develop as a medical writer and thereby helping ourselves grow in the field. So, again, what are the three factors which contribute to growth in medical writing? Leading and managing team meetings, thinking about process improvement and process development, and really becoming invested in mentoring and seeking out mentors within medical writing. If we're doing these three things, then growth in medical writing is absolutely assured. So think about that. All the best.